All right, first and foremost, happy September. We made it. I'm a little scared for fall, but we're embracing football season. So, proud of y'all for spending your Sunday night with me. We're going to kick off officially our hormone health prep. This has been something that I'm very excited about. I know a lot of the partners on our team are excited about, and we're going to get right into it. So, we're going to go through recognition and announcements, mindset, which might surprise you that we're talking about first. I'm going to touch on the liver detox. If you don't know much about that or haven't gotten it yet or haven't even opened it, totally cool. Then we're going to talk about our plan for the month, and you're going to have some homework because it's school season and we do hard things in this team. So, first and foremost, I wanted to shout out all the partners on our team. Y'all have been crushing it. I'm so proud of you. I am stepping up my recognition game. So I want to just remind and give y'all a pat on the back for showing up, for sharing your stories. A lot of the women on this team wouldn't be here without every single one of you sharing. So you never know who your story can reach. And I wanted to shout y'all out. Also, all the women that finished Lava in August. I know some of you shared new badges as well. Really proud of you. If you are celebrating something, would love the chat to start blowing up. This is a call that I want you to participate in. So get used to writing in the chat if you haven't already. And if you can, you show your face. I would love to see it because it's a lot more better than looking at a blank name. But I understand if you're putting kids down too. Thank you. Okay. Also, congrats on a lot of you committing to liver detox. If you grabbed your liver detox, share that in the chat. I want to celebrate it. And rocking our August goals. So those are the things that I am celebrating. Would anyone else like to unmute quickly and share anything they want to celebrate or anyone else they want to shout out? Don't be bashful. All right, we're going to move to announcements. I shared the new team calendar both in my bod group and on the hub. So just to go through some quick things, the next 2 weeks will be gut protocol calls on Sunday night. So mark your calendar for next week as well. And then we'll have 2 partner trainings on the 15th and the 22nd. Allie will be running the call next week because I have a Sunday wedding. So no excuse not to show up. I'm going to know who's here. And she's going to be bringing a lot of her insights for next week. Tomorrow is the last day to grab the liver detox, which I'm going to go into. But if you haven't already gotten it, you need to get off this call and do it, because I don't want to hear in December that, oh my gosh, I can't do Autumn's program because I didn't listen to my partner back in August or September. Okay. Okay. Cool. It's $20, guys. Just get it. Like, just trust the process. Also, next week Recover is 20% off. So that's a fun little thing for partners to share. And on the 14th, we're going to do a free workout on Zoom. So even if you're a client, you have the opportunity to invite anyone you want to our Zoom gym at 8 a.m. to try a free sample workout. All they need is to send their email to your upline partner so they can get access to the sample workouts. Additionally, on the 14th for partners at 1 p.m., mark your calendars. There's a Body Surge event that will be sharing a lot of new things coming up and just kind of a business touch base from Carl. So mark that in your calendar. And then there's some other new things that are launching this month that we'll share. I'm personally doing, and I know Allie is doing, a mindset focused month in my groups because many of you, again, put in the chat if you're dealing with stress, going back to school, if you're dealing with kids being chaotic, if you're dealing with maybe feeling sick because you're around all those germs. This is a month where it can easily, things can take over and your routine stops, or your routine is just checkbox, or your routine becomes secondary. That's where we lean in more. It's kind of called separation season. And I know many of you on this call know how to do that, but I'm really excited to commit to something different that maybe you haven't done in a while with this hormone health prep, to be even more intentional and prove to ourselves we can do hard things when life feels hard. Then when life is easier, it's like a breeze. So we're going to get right into it. Mindset. This might surprise you for this call, but I really felt like it was time to dive deeper into it and challenge you on a deeper level to really take your mindset seriously. So, I want to ask you in the chat, what are you, and there's no judgment. Y'all know this is a judgment-free zone. What are you currently doing to take care of your daily thoughts? So, if you are dealing with a new routine, if you are dealing with a new structure or timeline or schedule in your house, if you are dealing with transitions in life, I guarantee you feel more stress, you feel more anxiety, you feel a little bit more out of control. Are you currently doing anything to take care of your thoughts? Love that, Missy. It's giving myself a certain amount of time to feel upset about things. Totally fine, Megan. We're going to change that. All right. So here's my challenge for the month. You get to pick your path. I, everything I've done the last 10 months, you guys have seen my journey. You've heard my story. 2023, hopefully kids aren't around, was a shit year for me. Okay. I have done that call. We're not going to go rehash it. But growth day is hands down the reason you see me here right now, how I am. It's not a new program. It's not a nutrition plan because I was doing those things. It's taking care of up here. And so if you don't currently have growth day or you don't know what it is, talk to your partner after this call. It is hands down the best investment I have made into my health journey in general. It has given me a clear focus on what I specifically need. It's given me something positive to plug into that's very easy and effective for every day. And it's allowed me to align things to my life, my way, and be very intentional about it. And I know there's some of you on this call that have growth day, and you can back me up in the chat about that. But literally, it's that thing that's easy to do or easy not to do and makes a massive difference. So that's one option. You can choose to implement growth day. It's $30 for the month. It's not that big of a deal, guys. It's a massive life changer, though. You also have the option to pick a book of your choice, which this is what I'm reading this month. And every day, you can share a quote from the book you read, or you can share the screenshot of the Growth Day Daily Fire that you do. There's like a new positive message he puts up every day called the Daily Fire, something that you learn from that. Or you can choose to do a meditation on body and screenshot that and tag your partner. And we'll be doing a monthly prize around this because it's so important, guys. So, a little thing I want you to do right now, take out your phone if you're not on it, or if you are, hopefully you can do this at the same time as Zoom. I want you to go to settings. I want you to click screen time. And I want you to click see all app and website activity. And then I want you to put in the chat how much time you are on your phone and what is the app that you spend the most time on. Again, no judgment zone, but this is important for this. You guys probably didn't think I was going to do this on a hormone health prep call. You're like, what the heck? I thought I was going through gut protocol. So how much screen time is on there? And what's the app you spend the most time on? And if you're confused, it's okay. 5 hours Instagram. Thank you, Katie. Keep it coming. We can't move on until I get 2 more responses. This is important, guys. 1 hour and a half Instagram. Awesome, Noelle. 1 more, and then we'll move on. Nine, I'm trying. 3 hours Instagram. Oh, Missy, please do not look if you're driving. Thank you, though. We're not that serious. Okay. Well, Megan, you can look at it when it's turned on and find that out and let us know. The reason I'm making you look at this is because often we tell our mindset that we don't have time to figure this out, right? We don't have time to maybe do a new program. We don't have time to be a partner and run our business. We don't have time, whatever the excuse is, time is usually around it. We're so busy. What's the first thing people ask you? How are you doing? You usually say, I'm so busy. And that marker on there is your bullshit meter. It will tell you where you're spending your time. So I want to remind you guys that you're spending your time here tonight for a reason too, because you want to change the habits that you have. So in the chat, what obstacles do you have coming up this month? Do you have a wedding like I do? Are you going to a football tailgate? And what I mean by obstacles, like something that's going to be challenging when it comes to nutrition or mindset. Awesome, Missy. I feel you have a wedding next weekend. What are the things this month? Maybe you're starting a new routine, like I know Megan Hammond is, and you're at work and you might not have your same routine of cooking at home. Kids sports 3 days a week. Yes, I know Allie can relate to that, Noelle. Family trip to Florida. Okay, vacation. Awesome. That is a toughie. Birthday, for instance, dance class. Okay, so these are things that are important to know on your calendar because it's going to be a conscious choice as you take on this program on what you do in these scenarios. So, what I also want to ask you is who is your biggest critic on your journey? Okay, I won't say it out loud if you have your phone on, but you can put it in the chat. Most of you say myself. Interesting. Maybe you have someone in your life that's close to you that doesn't get why you're making good, healthy choices. Maybe it's that coworker at work that always comments on what you're bringing in to eat. Maybe it's a family member that just continues to sabotage you. Identify that, okay? And then I want to ask you, when is the last time you were a beginner at something? Like, when's the last time you tried something new? Did it feel uncomfortable? What was the hardest thing about you doing that new thing when you started it? Because most of the time when we start something new, we kind of sort of half jump in. We easily convince ourselves it's okay to only kind of sort of do it. And it's very easy to go back into old patterns. But when we have our kids do something new, what does that look like? Like, say your kid's learning to ride a bike and they can't figure it out. They have training wheels at first. I know I did. And then your parents takes the training wheels off and starts supporting you and kind of getting the groove of that, right? You're encouraging them. You're constantly reminding them that they can do that thing. You're pouring in positivity and empowerment to your child. So why is it that when we become an adult and we do something new, like gut protocol, we go into the first week and the first obstacle that comes up, we might just throw in the towel? We're not doing that this month, okay? So I want to ask you, what is your main goal with taking on this hormone health prep group? And I know for all of you, it's different. Maybe for some of you, it's just getting your Shakeology in this month. The goal is over the next 3 months to really implement gut protocol as a lifestyle for you. For some of you, you're going all in with gut protocol. Whatever the choice is, that's totally fine and you're welcome here. We have 3 months to layer in. But for me, I'm starting gut protocol tomorrow and I'm doing it with other women on this team that want to go all in. So what is your main goal for gut protocol? I want you to write it in the chat. Do you want to have more energy? Do you want to clear up your skin? Do you want to lose the inflammation and bloat? Do you want to break cravings or bad food habits that maybe you've picked up this summer? What is your main goal with gut protocol? Put it in the chat. And y'all know you better get 3 answers before we move forward. Inflammation and bloat, love it. Dark circles, yes, Noelle had massive changes in that before. The under eye circles, like that is totally something that is related to the food that we eat. Wild, but true. One more, inflammation and bloat and figuring out the food intolerance issues. Awesome, Annie. Keep your goals coming. I expect them from all of you, but I'm going to move on. So Mindset. We're picking a book or meditation or growth day. That's the main thing from this. Cool? So let's talk liver detox. I'm going to remind you yet again and be that person. This is not a cleanse or nutrition plan. It's not something different than gut protocol. It goes hand in hand, and it's lifestyle shifts that we can start incorporating that Allie and I will continue, and Rachel will continue to talk about as we go through the month. I'm not going to specifically go over it tonight, but guys, this is how you get first dibs to Belvital, and that's why we're all here. So don't miss out on that. Get the Belvital tonight when you get off the call. I think there's only a few more kits left, and commit to it. So let's talk about gut protocol, dive into the things you probably thought you were coming to this call for. There's a few things that you need to do if you have not already. And if you haven't, it's totally okay. I want you to think of week 1 as a transition week. It's going to be a work in progress. As a beginner, you're not going to know how to do all of the things. Much like we talked about the bike, you didn't know how to ride a bike on day 1, right? You fell on your knees, you fell off your bike, you felt uncomfortable. Just embrace week 1's going to be a transition zone. If you've done this program before, don't think you're going into this as being a master, because I actually think you have to work harder in your mindset when you do gut protocol again, because you think that you know everything, or you think that you did it before. I actually think if you have an upper hand, if you're doing this as the first time. So I'd love to see in the chat who's doing this for the first time and who's a repeat gut protocol girl. So, a few things you need to do. There's 4 main videos. They're like 5 minutes each on the 4 steps to feeling great. You need to watch those. So you can do that after this call very easily or first thing in the morning. There's also a week 1 video from Autumn, and every week there's a video you need to watch. Again, they're 5 minutes. Super duper simple. The second thing is you need to do your calculation, which comes up with these container counts. Now, the hardest thing that's going to happen for all of us is the veggie intake, and the protein intake is much different than what you've done in the past. It's going to be challenging, but we do hard things on this team. So don't be scared of it. I like to hide vegetables in my shake. I make sure I have them at every single meal, and I have them as a snack always. And it's an intention to make it happen. The other thing you guys need to do is take your photos and measurements. If you're doing this program, don't you dare start it tomorrow without taking your damn photos and measurements. It kills me every time. I know Megan's laughing at me, but it's true. How cool has it been to see Megan Hammond's journey, and Missy, I'm thinking of recently, how far they've come in their journey because you've seen their progress photos, right? So don't be that girl. Take your damn photos and measurements and be proud of them, okay? And don't just take them, share them with your message pot. It's extra accountability, and you need to lean in during this program. You cannot do it alone. I'm just telling you straight up. It's challenging, but we're all doing it together. The next thing you need to do is look at the food lists. These are also different than if you've done Portion Fix or 2B Mindset. Specifically, the protein is very different because there's 2 categories you need to hit, and they're different. So make sure you take a look at those. Also, my favorite thing in the gut protocol pack, like resources, is the stool chart. So, who in here has ever paid attention to what their poop looks like? Yeah, I know you have kids, so we're all on the same. There's no TMI here. If you're number one, if you're not pooping every day, you need to, and this program will help you start doing that. The second thing is paying attention to where you're at with your poop helps you align to your food and checking how you're eating. So definitely check that out and take note of it. It's really important also week 1 to cook most of your vegetables. So if you guys have been spending the last 3 months at the fair eating funnel cake, having ice cream with the kids every night, having pizza on Friday or multiple nights a week eating out, if you've been having a lot of processed food and a lot of extra sugar and stuff, you gotta expect that this week 1's gonna be a transition, and that's where it's really important, to pick from what you like and expect week 1 to not go perfectly, okay? It's okay. You're going to survive. Nobody's going to die, but I don't expect you to be sitting and binging eating chocolate chip cookies every single night, right? So we're going to aim for progress this month. I really highly suggest you using the tracking app. So when you go to your body app, it's really super duper simple. You go to the body app and you go to tracking. There's already a portion container thing you can set right there. And I make that to me is very simple. I can just log my stuff there and track that way. And that just helps me go with the flow of things. Fill your fridge with options from the food list that work for you. You're aiming to hit 20 to 30 different varieties of produce, which also might be very different for you. It sounds like a lot, but I love bag salads. They combine things together and it makes you hit a lot of different things. I also just like to buy a variety of things and try something new each week. It opens your kids to trying new things when you're adventurous as well. Bowls are a savior. You guys don't need to make all these extravagant meals. Yes, there's amazing things in the Gut Protocol cookbook, but don't think that you have to make it crazy hard. I literally just pick a bunch of things that I like. I did it tonight and I made a salmon shrimp bowl salad and I just put I put a bunch of different varieties of things in a bowl and hit a bunch of the things I needed to hit. So those can be your absolute savior and it makes it super easy to grab stuff from the fridge. Remove things from your house that are your temptation. If you're like, potato chips are my thing, guess what? Tell your spouse we're not having potato chips this month. Too bad. Guess what? They probably don't need them either. Like, you're the ruler of your house, guys. Take back the power and have them keep that at work if they really want to eat them. It's also really important to look at the ingredients of what you guys are eating. Things like dressings are filled with stuff. Definitely like crackers and like gluten-free products you see. We're really trying to take out the processed food. So the main goal of Gut Protocol, I should have backed this up. We're taking out alcohol, artificial sweetener, which is a big one that's hidden in a lot of stuff. You might be surprised, especially looking at the yogurt labels that you guys buy. That's where a lot of sugar is. Corn and dairy, gluten and processed soy, which is another sneaky one that's in a lot of ingredients. So here's my thing. I don't know all of the things. I don't know all of the ingredients. Allie is much better at this than me. If you are going shopping and you're like, should I buy this or not? Does it align to my program? All you got to do is take a picture of it and put it in the message pod and we'll help you figure it out. Okay. Again, week 1 is a transition zone. You're not going to be perfect. You're going to make progress. So normal side effects, again, if you've been eating more processed food and things that aren't natural from the earth, expect that this week is going to be a transition zone. You might feel like you have a headache. You might feel a little bloated. Your body's going to transition from eating the things it's used to eating what it should be. And you might feel a little tired and have stronger cravings, but those should not last more than a couple days. If they do, reach out to your doctor. But it's normal for your body to go through some detox symptoms as you transition. I highly, highly recommend if you do not have Revitalize and Optimize, they're the 2 supplements that are meant for 4-week gut protocol, to get them. I am a big believer that I do programs all out based on what the professionals tell me, and they were made by Autumn with professionals for this program for a reason. And they're going to help with the breakdown of your food. So they're there to improve your digestion. That's why they're there. These are some things from the Gut Protocol recipe book that I personally love, and most of them are, surprise, surprise, bowls, like chicken salad or BLT bowl or honey garlic skewers, chicken lettuce cups, simple stuff. Like, don't overcomplicate this, guys. I personally just buy things that I like from the food list and keep them in my fridge. I know for some of you, having a dinner figured out ahead of time, having a main like protein or meal ahead of time is key. Do that. Like, give it as an opportunity to get your kids involved and ask them what they might like to try as something new. All right, so promise you I'd finish early. Your homework tonight or tomorrow is you got to take your before photos and measurements and share with your message pod. You need to watch the videos on Gut Protocol. You need to pick a mindset path for the month because this will be a challenge. It's something new for a lot of you. So, really encouraging you to stay plugged into your groups. Lean in when you're feeling moments of stress. I really also encourage you to follow Autumn and 4 Week Gut Protocol on Instagram because she shares a lot of great recipe ideas and things that are just she's better at than I am. But don't go searching on the internet, guys. There's so many resources on body that we forget about. And this is not hard. If you go into this thinking about, oh, I have to give up all these things that like I don't want to and I don't really care about this, then guess what? You're not going to do it well. But if you go into this of like, I'm excited about feeling better. Like I know so many of you that have done this program before and you can share in the chat, felt so good. And especially for the partners on this team, if you want to grow your business, the fastest way to get out of a funk is to get results and do a program start to finish. So like if you're serious about taking Belvital and making it a business booster, do 4 Week Gut Protocol all out and make it a non-negotiable for yourself. It's also going to help you get through sickness easier and make your Shakeology a priority. Like the things that we know we should be doing, our body is always telling us what it needs. And I'm really excited to commit to this. I know I always feel better. And I honestly have been like eating mostly this way, even when I was on vacation. Yes, I still had alcohol, but this is the first time I came home from vacation and felt so good in my skin. Like it was wild. So hold on to that why of why you want to do this. And I can't wait to hear next week what went well, what didn't go well. And I know Allie will bring some more tactical tips. But I wanted to open up and see if you guys had any other questions or things that you weren't sure of while I take your beautiful faces. What are you hesitant about? Is there anything else I can help with before we hop off? Just reading the chat. And yeah, I think a reminder, like, it's cool to have a first timer. Like, Megan, I'm so excited to have you do it first time because I think for many of us, it's just really easy when you repeat it to like go back to your bad habits. Whereas when it's new and like you want to stick to the plan and follow it, it helps us stay accountable. So, any recipes you're making and they're good, share them in your pods. Anytime you find something new out and you're like, wow, I figured this out, this worked really well, even for my kids or my spouse, share it. Like that's the biggest thing when we do something new. Y'all know it's so much more fun when you plug in and share it. Any other questions or tips and tricks? Yes, and Noelle said she made a ton of veggie soup last time. That's a great way to get in your vegetables. All right, guys. Well, I'm excited to see what you make this week. Keep it stupid simple, as always. Kiss it good. And I hope you have a fabulous day off tomorrow. And I can't wait to see you on Zoom. And let's make this a month where we all participate, we all show up, and we do the things that make us feel good because when we feel good, we give that to those that we love most. I love you guys. Thank you for showing up, and cheers to day one. Bye, guys.